Hi, this is Stephen Nill with For the Genius Press. We publish genius books on just about any topic you'd like to learn. What do we mean by genius? Well, Thomas Edison famously said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. So, despite our tongue-in-cheek use of the word genius in our titles, we don't publish books for Einsteins, though I suppose even an Einstein will enjoy them and learn from them. Rather, we publish genius books for normal people like you and me, inspired to learn a new subject and who are willing to put in the perspiration to do so. All right, let's dive in. Let me welcome into our studio Stacy Harding Marsh, author of Obamacare+for+the+GENIUS. Stacy, you've written a new book on the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, if you will. Tell us a little bit about your book.
It is designed to address the fundamental questions that consumers from a variety of perspectives have, primarily your average American as well as small businesses with under 30 or so employees. And it's broken down by demographic, so it's easy to skip to the chapter that is most relevant to you and or your loved ones and find out what you need to know from there.
Now, you'd have to be living under a rock not to know that the subject of the Affordable Care Act is still a highly contentious one in the political sphere. So many of the books out there, at least many of the early books on Obamacare, have been written from a particular perspective, often one that is quite negative about Obamacare, but there are those that are charged, if you will, the other way. How did you write your book? From which perspective are you writing?
You're right, Steve. This isn't the only book about Obamacare. In fact, when I set out to write this book, there were already a handful on the market. So what sets this one apart is its consumer focus and its bipartisan nature. Bottom line is it's an easy, quick read and provides both sides of the story. And it addresses the fundamental questions that most consumers and small businesses have about the Affordable Care Act. For example, who are the biggest winners and losers? How much will it cost? What if you choose not to comply? A big one is, can you keep your current plan or will your current coverage change? A hot topic is it going to be repealed? And so this book is designed to provide answers to those questions from a bipartisan perspective with an informal tone that's very easy to read and understand. Another distinguishing characteristic is that it's designed to emphasize the positive rather than the negative. So while it's not partisan in nature, so many of the books out there on the market right now are posited as survival guides and how to survive Obamacare. And while this book isn't partisan in nature, it is still written from a positive perspective, focusing on the broken system that we have and how basically the Affordable Care Act is designed to address those flaws. It's absolutely not a perfect system, but when you read this book, you'll understand sort of how we got to this point and how it's going to affect you and your loved ones in the near future.
Our thanks to Stacy Harding Marsh for joining us today. Be sure to pick up your copy of Obamacare+for+the+GENIUS at a bookstore near you or on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, or forthegenius.com.